So this is some of the posters at the theater. Yeah, so tonight I'm going to go to the movies here and go see 22 Jump Street. It doesn't open until tomorrow in the US. By the time this is uploaded, it'll already have been out for a while, but today's Thursday the 12th, so I get to see it a day early than America, and I see how the Netherlands shows American movies. But it has all the big stuff, and then Dutch films about cats. Yeah. Okay, so I went to the movies here in the Netherlands last night, the Bioscope in Assen, and I went to see 22 Jump Street. The movie itself I'd give maybe a B minus, though because I was enjoying myself so much being at a foreign theater, I had maybe a B level enjoyment of the film. But, I mean, the film's not really the concern. The thing is, I went to a foreign theater. So basically I walked in and got my ticket. The weird thing, it costs €9, by the way, which is fairly expensive. Everything's more expensive here. But, the thing is, when I was buying the ticket, the box office attendant asked me, do you want to choose your own seat? And I had a flash in my mind, like, are seats assigned here? And so I said, sure, and I ended up getting row 6, seat 8. And then when I went in there, I found out that you can choose to get a specific seat, or you can just go in there for a free-for-all. And the advantage to that is, like, if you're buying an advance ticket and it's going to be a movie that's going to be like very crowded on opening night, you can make sure that you have a good seat that you've chosen rather than, you know, fight to sit way up front or way in the back or what have you. So that's pretty cool. And then I went to the snack bar, the concession stand, to see if the prices were still like overpriced as much as American concessions are. But what I found out was, as promised, they serve beer in the concession stand. They only had one type of beer. They had two different sizes. They had a regular bottle and then like a giant bottle. But it was called Bavaria. And I saved the little thing here. And unlike American alcohol, they list the ingredients. Pure mineral water, barley, malt, wheat, and hops. So that was pretty cool. But, yeah, in America, they will serve beer at specialty theaters, like the Alamo Drafthouse, something that offers you, like, dinner and the movie, stuff like that. But in a regular, like, multiplex, like Regal or AMC or Showcase or what have you, they don't serve beer at those. It was kind of weird to be in, well, it's basically set up like a regular multiplex, like a regular theater. It only has, like, 5 screens, and, be able to get a beer. I think that also made the movie a bit more enjoyable for me. And also because even though the movie's rated R in the U.S., it's only rated 12 here. The equivalent of the U.S. is PG-13, so there were a bunch of like teenagers around me. And they were all speaking Dutch, but they were speaking in the sort of cadences of American teenagers, so it was sort of weird to hear that. And they're all dressed kind of like American teenagers too, so American culture is really seeped into the young, especially. But the movie played like in normal English, but it had Dutch subtitles at the bottom. The interesting thing is I haven't picked up on much Dutch, while I've been here. My brain is just not accustomed to just hear things and automatically pick them up. I have to really study if I'm trying to learn another language. Um, but I could tell that the translations, they were leaving out a lot of the swears, because there's a lot of swearing in the movie. And they were also very simplistic translations of various vernacular, like, hey man, what's up? And all that stuff was just translated as the same phrase, alles goed. Um, so that was a bit odd to see that the translation is correct enough, but not quite there. But everybody laughed at the movie. I laughed more at the jokes in the film that were making fun of sequels and sort of the self-referential humor about, oh, well, if you double the budget, of course it's going to be better type stuff. And the audience laughed more at the physical humor or the dirty humor or whatever. But I had a good time. It was very, very fun. And then outside the theater, they have these sort of like columns that have a different color. And if I was waiting to get picked up because my girlfriend and one of our hosts went to do something else. If you stand near them, they make a noise and change color, and then if you stand near them even longer, they'll change to a different color. So that was pretty fun. But it was a very, very fun time at the movies. I'm glad that I took 2 hours out. Oh, a big thing is the movie was only 112 minutes long, less than 2 hours. Probably about 2 hours with the trailers attached. Trailers also in English with Dutch subtitles. But an hour into the movie, there was a 15-minute intermission. It's like, why does a 2-hour movie need an intermission? I mean, I had just drank a bottle of beer, so I had to pee, so that was good. But yeah, there's a 15-minute intermission in the middle of what's only a 2-hour movie. I don't know if the Dutch just can't sit through 2 straight hours, because the only times I've had an intermission during the movies are at extremely long ones, like longer than 3 hours. Like the 3.5 hour movie Gods and Generals, which was horrible, had an intermission. The third Lord of the Rings, which was like almost 4 hours, didn't have one though. Go figure. But yeah, so that was interesting to have an intermission. And just like in America, they have like still like a slideshow of ads before the movie, and then you have the trailers and then the movie proper. But yeah, and I got a bunch of cool stuff from the theater. I got this is the theater schedule for the week, so it has all the show times, the theaters, and the ratings. They only go up to 16, so Edge of Tomorrow has their hardest rating, which is only PG-13 in America. And there's a mix, mostly American movies, but there's a mix of Dutch films as well. The American movies tend to just be in the black and stuff. If a movie's in 3D, they will only offer it in 3D. There's no 2D and 3D exception to that. And then they have, you know, movies that aren't new, but they'll show here. Slave Nignar. That doesn't seem right. And they had like a preview of movies to come. The Fault in Our Stars doesn't open until July in here, so that's why, even though it takes place in Amsterdam, it didn't open early enough for me to see here, because that would have been cool. And then a film magazine with David Cronenberg. So, it's very fun to go to the movies here.